Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Not
All right.
much. Hear me. I plugged it into my TV. So I was testing that out, see how that works.
Nice.
Uh,
Cool, cool. So I added you as the host
Okay.
now. So I tried a few. I was playing around with it. Hey, Ann. I was playing around with it. So let me I'll just make you the host right now for this one. But you should be able to sign in to any of these classes now as the host. I
Okay.
think I thought I made that. So I'm gonna make you the host right now.
And now the host. Sweet.
You are the host. Did you just fall down, Ann?
No, but it was a long ways down.
Oh, jeez. Don't hurt yourself now.
It's a long day.
Don't hurt yourself. Long day in paradise. Hey, Christine.
Ian, how's it going?
Diana's in the house.
That.
All right. So you have all the controls, dude.
Good.
I gotta go use the bathroom. So it's all of you. I'll be back. So you take control. You're in charge, my man.
Perfect. Works for me. Oh, how's everybody doing? Uh, all right, so it'll be pretty similar to how we done. I guess it doesn't look like I'm looking at you guys because I plugged in my TVs this time. Before I wasn't seeing. So it's pretty similar. We're gonna do a few new things with this one. But fairly similar stuff. You're going to still need your foam roller, and if you have a little ball, that'll help out as well. I'm going to go ahead and meet you guys if you guys don't have any questions. No? Perfect. All right, so we're going to still start with our foam roller. This is the best way to kind of get warmed up. So if you have that out, we're going to start with the back again. And whew, let me tell you, I definitely need this week. After I had all Vam's workouts, whew, I've been definitely feeling the next days. I'm doing a little bit of recovery on my own, but in this time here, it just feels really great. I'm slowly work my way down my back with this one. I'll go a little bit to the lumbar, take a little pressure off my hands, way back here. So as I've said in previous classes, whatever you feel, whatever you kind of listen to it. Listen to what it's saying. I know my glute area is always pretty tight. So that's where I'm gonna spend a little extra time on. But if your back's still a little tight, feel free to go there a little bit. Sorry, Adam, you're too slow. As I was saying, Adam, you take a second, wherever you need, wherever you feel tight. Let's work on my right hip muscles on the back side. Whatever side I'm leaning towards, I'm gonna keep that leg kind of straight. And I'm gonna roll back and forth on this. And as I said in previous ones, using a ball here works just as well. I do have a ball, but I'm just a little aggressive sometimes, so I'm taking it off a little bit. And I'm gonna switch sides here. It's really my relaxation time right here. Get to focus on me for a bit, which is pretty important. I've been studying all that fun stuff for constantly for the past like 2 days. The big test tomorrow. I'm gonna start rolling out my hamstrings here, move it down the line, down the chain a little bit. I don't know about the recovery ones. I feel like I'm doing much work, but I'm just like almost sweating by the end of the yoga. And I'm gonna move down to my calves. Awesome. I'm gonna take it over on the side and I'm start doing some of my IT band right on the side of my hip. So I'm actually gonna go almost right on my side, put this leg foam rolling. The one on the bottom, I'm just gonna kind of stay straight and start rolling at the upper hip here. So you can see right there, and I'm slowly gonna work my way down. This is one that you might need a little pressure taken off by using your hands to push up, because it does get pretty sore. So I'm actually, as I move my way down, I put both hands down and even push up with this foot just a little bit. Band here. Whew. So it's really. And I'm gonna switch sides. There you go. So just like this. Leg you're rolling straight underneath, and you're just gonna bring the top leg right over and almost put that flat on the ground. Use your hands to kind of roll you back and forth. And my IT band, both side of my hips all nice and loose. I'm gonna bring over on the front. Just gonna work on the front side of my thighs and do a little bit of rolling here. You want to target one side more than the other. You can lean to one side, kind of pick up the opposite hip in the air, put a little more pressure on one side. And slowly work your way down the leg. There you go. As long as you need, work on whatever you need. So, talking to you in particular, Adam, I know you were yawning earlier. Next, I'm gonna grab my little yellow ball, water ball, any that'll work. Roller, stand up. What we're gonna be doing is working right. Always do. I'm just sit right here on my coffee table. Put a little force through my foot. Start with my right foot. Roll around a circle. Do clockwise. Really all that your foot does for you. Really hold knee up, those arches. And really sore from all those pogo hops today. That's what really got me. I'm gonna switch feet. This is something I try to do at least once a day. I keep this ball right on the coffee table, and whenever I'm walking around, I really great at breaking up some tissues, getting your feet mobile again, and just kind of getting them relaxed as well. So the ball is perfect. There you go. And last one I'm gonna do with this ball is I'm just gonna work with the chest area here. Just roll back and forth. You can do side side, up and down. And bring that arm a little tight. And this is perfect time for you to get your massage gun there. If anybody else at home has one, you didn't have no standby, yeah. There's the chest. It's always something. You're hunched over at your computer. You gotta break up some of those muscle cells that are tightening up right in the front side. And I'm gonna switch sides here. So I usually feel pretty tight across the top, sometimes right near the shoulder a lot, but wherever you feel tight is where you should work it. Whenever it's a little tender, obviously if it's super painful, don't push too hard. But this is right where I'm a little tender, which means I just have some little adhesions and that sort of stuff I'm trying to break up with this. Awesome. All right, now we're gonna try something a little different. So whole thing about recovery is recovering muscles, obviously. So one thing that really helps recover the muscles is getting blood to them. So we're just gonna get some blood to the joints and to some of the muscles. So we're gonna do a little warm up. Nothing crazy. We're just gonna start at the top with the neck and the shoulders. Very important healing. So we're gonna do some circles with our neck. If you get dizzy, sit down or stop or something like that. I know some people do. We're just gonna take your left ear, bring it to your left shoulder. Try to keep that shoulder down through these. And we're just gonna rotate towards the ground and right around in a circle. We're just gonna do this a couple times and switch direction. And this is where you really wanna start focusing on that breath. Try getting those muscles relaxed a little bit. After going around a couple times, I'm just gonna switch direction here. I'm trying to let those shoulders relax. Don't go too fast. Don't want any dizziness. Once that feels nice and loose, I'm gonna start with the shoulders. We're just gonna be doing some little arm circles here, or big arm circles, whatever circles you want to do, really. Go forward, just nice and slow. Just gonna get some blood to the shoulders, moving that shoulder joint, get all the crunches out. I know my right arm, I was a pitcher for a while, so my right arm's always super tight, and a little grinding going on. All right, so next we're gonna put our elbows right at our side, and we're just gonna move them in and out, just mini bear hugs. And we're gonna go kind of slow here. When we get to the out, we're just gonna try pushing that range, get out, bring those elbows as far as you can without it hurting too much. Those are really warm up the rotator cuff, those muscles in the back core. Awesome. Getting blood all those upper muscles. Now we're just gonna bring them out to here. So we're just making like a little cactus, I guess you'd call it. We're just gonna go up and down. Same thing again. Try to go as far as you can without it hurting too much. If it does hurt, just drop the arms just a little bit further. You can bring the elbows down again. This one's just working some more of the muscles through the back. We're just getting blood to them. Really appreciating them, appreciating the shoulder joint, all the elbow joints. I'm gonna do some hugs here. Getting the elbow involved. Here we can really start doing the wrist as well. Extending the wrist as far back as you can and bringing it in. And we're just getting some blood to the joint of the wrist as well. Very important. I know I always have wrist problems doing push-ups and that sort of stuff. So this is a great way to kind of get some blood going and let it heal a little bit. Awesome. And now you can kind of shake it off. Whew. All right, and now we're just gonna start with the hip a little bit. So first thing we can do, you can do the standing if you want. If you're leaning on the wall, we're just gonna
bring it back and forth, right, the right or left. I'm sorry, with my right. We're just a few times. And what this is doing is just working the back muscles, keeping it. And one more swing, and we'll switch to the other side. As you're doing this, try to get as far as you can without hurting yourself with a stretch. Don't go too fast. We're still warming up those muscles. All right, and now we're gonna go side to side. So you can hold well in front of you, or you can lean over. However you want to do it. You can hold right in front. Just going side to side. Try and push that range a little bit. Try to get that leg as far as you can without too much pain. Kind of go slow. Don't really warm up that muscle. So really I start to sweat right here. Oh, and I'm gonna switch to the next leg. So right here, we're really just trying to hit all the muscles, hit all the joints, get blood to all of them. And as well as we're focused on our breath a little bit. Boom. You can go at your own pace. Do about the leg up and bring it right back to the ground. And you can alternate legs here. Joint, but really good, getting some blood to it. Oh, if you're in shock or yawning, I think it was a yawn. Look kind of like both from this end. I can't hear for context, so. There's some good exercises. Up. Get blood to those joints, get ready to go walk or. Oh, Sheldon. All right, I don't know. I didn't count, so I think that was about 5. Whew. Now we're going to do 5 bodyweight squats, but what we're going to do at the end is we're just going to come up on our toes and just get the ankles involved a little bit. So just slowly down, not a full squat. We're just kind of appreciating the knees a little bit more. And then we're going to try to come up as much as you can on your toes. You can use a wall to help here, or a bed. You can kind of push up. What we just want is to get as much motion through all the joints as we can. So I can even use a coffee table to help push up. Here. Another variation you can do here, you do a squat and then you go up to the floor. Point that toe to the floor. What we're doing. Awesome, just a couple more of those. You want to do a couple ankle circles. Let's get that ankle a little more appreciated. Whew. Awesome. And next thing, we're just gonna do a quick stretch through the hip. Nothing too crazy. I'll point this down so you can see me a little better. All right. So we're gonna sit just like this. You have your hands behind you for some support. So this. What we're gonna do is we're gonna bring the knees to the ground. You can lift up that hip as needed. Just feel a slight stretch through the hip. We're just gonna do this a few times back and forth. It's another good one for the muscles of the hip, as well as a lot good stretch through the back. All right. So now when you come back and face the right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our foot on top of our knee, just like this. So it should be, and a couple triangles with your legs. Now we're gonna face to the right, and we're just gonna lean over it. So we wanna focus on your breath. We're gonna feel a nice stretch through the hip. Just go to your limit. Don't push it too far. I'm just take a deep breath in, and as I go out, I'm just gonna lean into that stretch. You should feel the stretch to your right hip if you're going over your right knee. I'm just going like this, and I'm gonna sink a little bit more into it. And on. I'm just gonna hang out here in a good stretch for a second, lengthen that glute out. It's been holding me up all day, getting me to where I need to go. And one more breath. And now we're gonna take it back up. If you need another second there, hang out right there. So we're gonna bring it up. This time we're just gonna lean backwards. So we're gonna almost make a straight line with this leg that our foot is on top of, just straight back. And you should be able to stretch right up through here, right in the front of your left hip now. And we're gonna bring the arm overhead, and you're just gonna reach. My couch table's in the way, but. So still in that position. You're gonna lean back and you're gonna reach over and twist so your shoulders are facing the ground. As well the front of the hip here. Again, don't go too far so it's too painful, but just enough that you feel a good stretch. Just a couple more breaths here. And bring it back to center. Now I'm going to switch to the other side. I'm going to bring my right knee to the ground, put my left foot on top of it. I'm going to sit right here. I'm going to lean over that knee just like we did at the beginning of the last one. Lean over that, and you should feel a nice stretch right through your left glute. And even up the back a little bit if you're a little tight like I am right now. And again, focus on that breath. Turn a little bit so you guys see a little bit. As you're breathing, try to relax that muscle a little bit more each time. And take another deep breath in and out. Back to center. Sit right up. All right, and now we're going to do the opposite with the reach. So we're going to lean back. We're going to put the hand right behind us, lean right back onto it. Feel a nice stretch right through the front of our hip. And then we're going to reach the hand right overhead, and we're going to turn our shoulders so they're facing the ground. And we're going to reach as far as we can. Should feel a stretch through the back here. I can't point to it, but right in this area. With each breath, feel your body just getting a little bit longer than it was before. Hang out here for a second. And one more breath, and we'll bring it back to center. All right. Now that our hips are all nice and loose, do some little relaxing yoga here. So we're just gonna start on our hands and knees. Knees a little bit wider if you have a mat, just on the edge of your mat, your knees, with your toes kind of touching. Your big toes should be almost on top of each other, just touching. And first thing we're gonna do, just gonna rock back and forth a little bit, and then we're gonna go into, I believe it's a child's pose. So we're just gonna rock, and on a big exhale, we're gonna bring the hips right back over our ankles. And you can move side to side and sink into it a little bit more. Just feel a little stretch through the front of the hips, a little stretch through even sides, right below the shoulders. Now just take a couple breaths here. And one more breath, and I'm gonna bring it out. I'm going to drop my stomach to the ground, and I'm just gonna push right up, and I'm gonna stretch that back out. Just like this, you should feel a stretch right through the core area, even a little bit. If you can go up on the elbows, that's perfect. If you can go push a little bit further, that stretch, bring it to the the wrists with soft elbows. Just listen to your body. Whatever it's telling you is tight, how far you can go. Don't push it. And with one more breath, I'm going to go back in that child's pose just for a second. Push on right back and sink into your heels, into your ankles. Rock back and forth. Just a couple breaths here. And I'm going to bring it back onto the hands and knees. We're just do a quick round of cat and cow. So we're just going to stretch out that spine, get the muscle of the spine working, get some blood pumping to the joints of the spine. So I'm going to inhale. I'm going to bring my chest and my stomach towards the floor and bring my neck and my tailbone up, curve that back. And on the exhale, I'm going to push my middle of my back as far as I can, right to the ceiling. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Hold that for a second. And inhale. And from this position, we're going to tuck our toes under, and we're going to end up going to downward dog. So now my toes are on the ground. I'm going to push right up through my elbows and breathe out. Right here, soft knees. Feel a nice stretch to your calves. Pedal here for a second if you want. Just get a little more mobility through those ankles. Just feel a nice little stretch through the calves. On your next inhale, we're going to take that leg overhead, right behind us, just like this. I'll do it with my left leg, actually, so you can see. And on the exhale, we're going to bring it right through, and we're going to go into that lunge position. And we're just going to be facing right forward, and we're going to put our arms right out in front of us, just like a T. Can't see my head. And then we're going to just hold it here. You should feel a stretch through the front. And if you want to make it a little more aggressive, I'm just going to bring my hands right overhead and lean back. Lean back and get a nice stretch through the front. Compress the spine just a little bit. We're pushing out all the toxins in the spine. Put them into the venous system, getting rid of our bodies. And that. Now we're going to turn. We're just be in this pose. We're going to point our back foot to the side of the mat. We're going to lean to that lunge, so you should feel a nice stretch through the inside of your hip here. And we're going to make a T with our arms. And I don't know if you can see me very well. There you go, guys. I see you. All of you guys are crushing it. Awesome. So to each exhale, we're going to lean a little bit more into that stretch. Try to let those muscles relax a little bit as you exhale. So in and out. One more time. In and out. And on the next in and out, we're going to put our hands back to the mat and out. And we're going to put that foot right back and we go into downward dog. If you need to pedal again, go right ahead. I'm going to go through one more time, but with the other foot. Just a couple breaths here. And on your next inhale, we're going to take that right foot now, or opposite foot that you did last time. Bring it up, back. And we're going to bring it on the exhale right through into that lunge position. We're going to be facing forward again. Feel a nice stretch through the front of the hip. And if I make it more challenging, I'm just going to breathe in and bring that back a little bit. Not too much. This shouldn't be too painful or shouldn't be cramping up too much. If you are, just come out of it a little bit. As long as you're feeling that stretch, it's working well. And one more breath here, and then we're going to turn to the side again. Turn that foot facing the side of the mat. And we're going to that lunge position. Just feel a nice stretch right through the inside here. Right through the inside here. Take a breath in. And exhale, we're going to lean right into that stretch a little bit more. It's hurting too much, just back away from it. In and out. One more time. In and out. On the next in and out, we're going to bring the hands back to the floor. And out. And back into downward dog. And then we're just going to drop the knees to the ground. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to thread the needle. So on the hands and knees, taking your right hand, we're going to bring it up towards the ceiling as high as we can go. Inhale. And then we're going to exhale. And we're going to bring it right under that little tunnel. And we're just going to drop the shoulder right as far as we can to the ground. And we should feel a nice stretch through the back, maybe a little bit through the hips. Rest your head on the ground. Take a nap if you want. Focus on your breath. On the next breath, we're going to bring it back to the hands and knees. And you can go back in child's pose for a second if you want. Rock back and forth, whatever you need. Kind of get the joints open up. And next, we're going to bring the left hand this time up. And as we exhale right through the tunnel, we're going to drop our shoulders right to the ground. And with one more breath, we're going to bring it right back. Shake out whatever you need. Shake out my shoulders a little bit. And right onto the back. And I'm going to rock right onto the back. I'm going to grab my toes. I'm going to do Happy Baby, I believe this one's called. And you can rock side to side here. Another variation you do, you just hug the legs if you want. Just hug the knees to the chest. And you can rock back and forth if you want, side to side, front and back, however you want to do it. If you want to get a little bit more stretch, you grab the feet and push them right into your chest. A little bit wider. You can rock back and forth here. Give you a little better view. Focus on your breath. Feel a good stretch through the hip. Close your eyes if you want. And with one more breath, I'm going to slowly lower my feet to the ground. And then drop the hands, and we're going to go dead pose. Just kind of relax here for a second. A few breaths here, really relax. And focus on your body. Whatever you feeling a little tight, try to focus on it. Take a few breaths and just let it relax. And whenever you're ready to get up, go right ahead. If you want to take a nap, that's perfectly fine. Now you're feeling nice and relaxed. Whew. I'm going to mute you all. Unmute.
That was good.
I'm feeling pretty loose after that.
I'm feeling pretty limber. I like the one where we stretched the quad, but we rotated. That was a good one.
This one?
Yeah, where we were rotated.
That
I was a lot more tight on one side.
That was the one I picked up from webinar.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And are they sending that out tomorrow? Are they sending out the replay of it?
The recording, I think it's on. I think they're putting it on YouTube or something like that. They said.
Okay.
I don't know. Wait, I didn't listen to the end, so I'm not sure what else. I know they said they put it on YouTube, but that's about it.
Okay. I'll have to check that out. Hey, Lenny's in the house.
He never makes an appearance.
That's very rare. Sheldon was making it a little challenging for me. No, there he's gone. No. Michelle, you didn't join in.
I know.
I
I didn't
call-
want to intrude.
You didn't have to.
I know that's what I
Not
said.
intruding.
She always feels like she's intruding. It's her
Grabbing a
own
beer.
home. She feels like she's intruding in her own home.
Grabbing a beer.
Yeah, or some
Yeah,
wine.
Well,
Awesome, guys. Well, Noah, thanks. That was great.
Of course, I'm thankful for you guys all joined me. Hopefully your
Yeah.
station.
Thank you. It
So-
helps a lot after doing all this running. I'm really
Yes.
So I was really looking forward to this tonight.
Yeah. And I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it unless it was scheduled like this. So I'm glad.
I definitely will.
I'm glad it was scheduled because I wouldn't take the time to foam roll or stretch like that or that deep. I wouldn't get that deep a stretch. So
That's one thing I always can do a little bit more on. Is
yeah,
relaxing and stretching and that sort of stuff. So
the recovery stuff.
recovery stuff. So it's important. If you don't recover, you're gonna have an empty glass to give to workouts, and you gotta fill up that sometime.
Yep. Well, awesome, guys. Appreciate you guys coming out. Thanks, Noah. And 6 a.m. tomorrow, noontime tomorrow, 8 a.m. Saturday, and 10 a.m. Sunday. There's a new schedule starting Monday. We added some classes, so go ahead and check those out. So that's right on Facebook, and I'll also send it out over email, okay?
Thank you,
Thank
Adam.
you.
Awesome, guys. Have a good night. Thanks,
Yeah.
Noah.
See you guys. Thanks for joining.
All right.
Bye.
See you, dude.
See ya.
Actually, can you make me the host again?
Yeah, I can try.
Actually, I don't know if you